and welcome to Nothing to Wear, the podcast that solves fashion problems and levels up your wardrobe. Today I'm talking to stylist Penelope Cadzow because it is summer. So we have races, Christmas parties, end of year get-togethers, engagement parties, weddings, New Year's Eve. So we get dressed up a lot at this time of year, more so than the rest of the year. So we're going to talk about how to get more out of what we've already got in our wardrobe this party season and what trends are coming for this festive season.
You have to do it. You live for fashion.
Welcome back to the show. We're going to talk party season. The last few months of the year just seem so festive. So we're going to talk about how to get more out of what we already own and what we're going to buy for the party season. But first, I want to talk about you.
Okay.
What's the biggest fashion impulse purchase you've ever made?
It would definitely be a handbag. I am guilty of accessories. I was an accessory designer for many years.
That's okay.
And
yeah,
so that was my
hazard
background.
of the job.
Yes, and so I really have a lot of admiration for leather goods and hardware details. So I did splurge on a Mulberry handbag in New York, and I still have it to this day. So I'm not going to feel bad.
And do you still use her?
I do, and it's burgundy, which is actually just making a massive comeback. So I'm thrilled.
Yes, get it back out.
But it would be over 10 years old.
How good is that? And
I
some,
love it.
cost per wear, and you love her, and
Totally.
Sometimes I think an impulse purchase can be seen as a bad thing, but sometimes they're, or a big splurge can make you feel guilty. But if you love them and keep them. So as I said, people might be going to the races, engagement parties. Everyone gets married, in the hotter weather.
Yes.
Christmas parties, end of year, New Year's, Christmas Day, it is the season. So let's talk about that. So can you talk me through your 3 levels of event dressing?
Yeah, well, I think you've got your really dressed up levels. So you've got your black tie and your formal, which to me, I'd really head for a long dress straight away. I really think, take it up a notch, enjoy dressing up.
Yeah.
Obviously, you've got the guys in the suits and probably even a tux as well.
Yeah, dress codes can be confusing.
That's probably top level.
Yeah, like black tie does mean a floor-length gown, right?
I think so.
Can you do a cocktail dress with really
You
fancy?
can.
Yeah.
You can. And I truly believe that you wear what feels good.
Yeah.
There's obviously guidelines, but there's no rules.
Yes.
They're not going to not let you in. And I also think, I actually think a cocktail dress, even like a shorter style dress with long sleeves, looks incredible as well.
Yeah,
like
the length is kind of reversed.
Exactly. Particularly if it's like sequins or metallic or something can look amazing.
True. Okay, so that's black tie.
Yep.
Then what have you got?
Then you've got, I think, cocktail, which that can go either way. I think
/ party, do you think?
I think so.
Okay, and that's just like a dress when I say a dress, like a dressier dress.
Yeah.
It's a bit more flexible than your black tie, which is really...
Well, I think you can have, to me, cocktail or party is a bit more fun. So you can really wear short or long. You can maybe even go some feathers, some sparkles, some colour, print, and even cut out details. So I think fun is a great way to look at cocktail and party and that,
And then the third one, is that a little bit more casual? Is that like daytime?
Yeah, I think lunches, even sort of work, I guess, dinners, where you're not as dressed up but still wearing something nice.
Yes,
But I think that's where you can really do beautiful blazer, suits, trousers and a top, matching skirt and top.
Yes.
You might even be able to, I think that's where you can wear flats as well. So you're still
thank
dressed
God.
up. You're still, or a kitten heel. So you're still dressed up. But I think it's just looking, smart casual to sort of dressy.
Smart casual, leaning more on the smart than the
Exactly.
casual.
Exactly. I think, definitely.
Okay, so do you think there's golden rules to event dressing? I mean, I think, is it dependent on the occasion? What if there is no dress code? Because oftentimes there isn't.
If it's daytime, you can get away with a lot more, linen and a, sort of day suit and a dress and flats and things like that and not be as worried. I think if it's evening, maybe take it up a notch.
Yes.
Just because some other people could be more dressed up and then you're going to feel super casual.
Yeah. And
so,
personally, would you rather feel more too dressed up or too underdressed sort of thing?
Personally, I prefer to feel a little bit more dressed up.
I think so too.
Yeah, I do. And I probably would go a heel if I've been invited to an event, purely because I feel really casual if I'm in a flat.
Right.
That's just a personal thing.
No. And
but I
everyone
just
has their
feel
own,
like, and sometimes I've just worn like a really beautiful tailored trouser with a top, but I've put a heel on and a bit of lipstick and, accessories. And I just feel like, okay, I feel really comfortable in trousers. That's me. But I've put a heel on. So,
and although I don't exactly know what I'm going to, I feel like this kind of fits.
Yes. But some people like feel really comfortable in a skirt or feel, they feel more comfortable in flats. So I think if you don't know the dress code, try to just dress up what you already own, but what you feel comfortable in, because then your confidence is going to be there if you're comfortable.
That's so true.
Yes.
And there's no point wearing the fanciest thing if you don't feel comfortable. And let's talk versatility, because, most of us don't go to events or have parties or Christmas parties or, all year round. And so we don't necessarily want to buy a new outfit for, these 2 or 3 or 6 things we've got in the diary in the next few months.
Yes.
What is versatile? What do you like? I just immediately think of a slip dress, boring but true.
Yes.
What do you think is versatile that we can kind of, not necessarily wear to every single event, but still wear next year? Or,
yes.
Or what comes to mind when you think of versatile party season?
Look, I do think of a solid colour, just because, you can add different accessories, different shoes. You might wear a tan shoe, but then you might do a black shoe with a black handbag. You might even add a beautiful sort of blazer or something over the top to dress it down a bit.
So not a really kind of specific print that kind of is very memorable.
I think a print is a lot harder to wear 3 to 6 times.
Yes.
I think you can wear it 3 times.
Yeah.
Depending, what you're going to.
And how frequent. But it's
So that would be one of my tips for something that's more versatile. I also think that sets are just incredible. Like I have seen people wearing things and ask them, because I always love to ask where it's from, and they're like, oh, it's actually a top and skirt. And I'm like, that is fabulous. Genius. Looks like a dress, but then they can wear them separate. So that would also be a really hot tip as well, is to consider separates, because then both of those pieces can be worn different ways.
Different ways. Oh my God, I could not agree more. I have on my notes that sets are perfect. Sticking with versatility for a second, say, I've got this, I've talked about it a million times. It's actually same colour as your fabulous handbag. A sort of burgundy silk slip dress that I've had from Country Road that I wore when I was pregnant. My son is 5. So I love that, and I've worn it with sandals and a denim jacket or a trench, and I've worn it to a wedding. I wore it with big sort of gold, and I did a burgundy lip. What should people look for in their wardrobe that they might already have, or what could they add that would be 5 years old, 5 years down the track? Do you think slip dresses? Do you think black? Do you think not black?
Yeah, I actually, we were just talking before we started, and I think a slip dress is hard for everyone. I think certain people love a slip dress. Some just don't like that slinky fabric feel. They feel like it might be hugging them at the hips. Yeah. And so a slip dress can be perfect for people that love it and feel good in it.
I sized up about 3 sizes, I think, because then I did wear it, heavily pregnant.
And different brands fit differently. So I think, it's worth shopping around and finding one, because it can be such a great investment. And if you do invest in silk, it can be, a really beautiful, breathable fabric that you have for years. Yes. A black silk slip dress is just a no-brainer.
And slip skirts are everywhere at the moment. So we can dress, obviously they're slinky, so we think they're kind of dressy, but I've been wearing mine with tees. Yes. You could definitely dress that up for an evening
Absolutely.
event.
So that's what I was going to say, is actually a slip skirt, or even a black or colour, sort of maxi or midi skirt. Depending, I think it's the fabric that makes it more versatile to dress up. So I think if you go something sort of slinky, let's say a slinky sort of slip skirt in black, even there's, beautiful, as you say, reds and other colours, green. But otherwise, even like a maxi skirt at the moment, that sort of Parisian chic sort of looks coming in. And I love that sort of maxi skirt look where it flares out. Yes. And if you're petite or someone that doesn't want something to the floor, get a midi length just below your knees and do a really cute little waistcoat or a little... Or
for me, sometimes midis are Medaxis on me anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll go to the maxi section. They'll be way too long. And
I love it to the floor because you can do it with sneakers and a T-shirt.
Yes.
But then you can actually do it with heels and a gorgeous...
And like a little cami.
I always say a cami because something that's going to show a bit of skin up top, because you obviously... a lot of volume of fabric at the bottom.
Yes, exactly. It doesn't have to be sort of a lingerie-looking cami, but you can just get really simple sort of beautiful V-neck line, and then you can chuck on a necklace.
And I think also tucking in is really important with that look, because you really want to define that waist. And the best thing about that is it cinches in at the smallest part of your waist.
Yes.
And then it sort of flares out. So anyone that's not
it's
feeling
like
good
that
about...
mermaid shape.
And anyone that's not happy, is feeling great about their hips or their legs, it's... perfect.
It is a beautiful shape. Now, fabrics we can't wear. I used to think linen, and it depends again where you're going, but I do like the pairing of linen with silk or satin.
Yes.
So I think, do you believe if you're doing separates, I probably wouldn't wear a full linen dress to a black tie event because the fabric feels a bit casual.
Yes.
But could you, dress up more casual fabrics with dressier items.
Definitely. I think linen probably is a bit more casual. I would keep a black linen to daytime or evening, but maybe not formal or black tie.
Yeah.
I think formal or black tie is really when you introduce those beautiful fabrics that look really dressy.
Yes.
That you can't dress down.
Yes, and that you don't often get to wear any other time. So
Exactly.
lean into it.
Exactly.
And
I just went to an event
out.
Saturday night and it was so nice to shop a dressy dress
Yes.
that, you know, I'm sort of like, I'm not sure how many times I'm going to wear it. But again, I got it in black because I figure, you know, it's black. It's going to be worn again.
Yes.
But
And
it was
also,
so fun to dress up.
It is, isn't it? I know we don't do that. I think also
Yeah.
post-COVID, I mean, you and I have more dressy jobs, I guess, so we go to more places than the normal person. But even since COVID, the really dressy dressing hasn't really kind of happened. It's fun
Yep.
to do. And you can always rent.
Definitely.
You know, Depop, Facebook Marketplaces,
Yes.
so many places, eBay. You don't
Yes.
have to get something brand new.
There are so many stores online and in person now. The area I live in, there are 4 stores selling pre-loved.
Oh,
and
that's so good.
4 stores just in the area alone.
Yes.
And there are so many beautiful dresses. I walk past all the time. I'm like, I need something to go
I
to.
need someone to invite me.
I need to buy that dress, but I'm like, I don't have anything for it. But it
Yes.
is a fantastic way to,
Yes,
they're
the
in
circular
excellent
economy.
condition.
That's
And
so
hiring.
true. Hiring and circular economy, I think, because
Yes.
oftentimes if it is an event piece, it hasn't been flogged to death. It's
Exactly.
probably only been worn a couple of times and really cared for. So that's where you can get a real
100%.
bargain.
Yes, and also Glam Corner and brands like that online, they can send you 3 dresses. So you pick 3 and then you wear one,
I've done that before.
which can be great because
Yes.
you're not sure what's going to fit.
Yes, and you don't want it turning up the day before and then you're like, well, that didn't work.
Totally. And also love that you can, you know, select what the dress code is, or you can select what your size is and pick pieces from, or you might
Filter,
love,
yeah.
you might love pink. So you filter by pink. So then it comes up with dresses that you like. And I just found the service to be incredible with returning the items and everything.
Yeah, I haven't done that for a while, but I haven't had anywhere fancy to go. But
It's the time of year.
hello, New Year's. Now, let's talk shoes.
Yes.
This is, I'm so torn because I love beautiful, sparkly high shoes, but I'm 42 and I just don't reach for them.
Yes.
So what is your event season, party season advice when it comes to footwear?
I actually often buy a cheap and cheerful heel.
Yes.
Purely because I don't wear them very often.
Yeah.
And so I'll jump on the Iconic and
They have so much.
seriously, Daisy and Air, like there's great brands
Yes.
that have heels under $100.
Yes.
And I don't feel guilty wearing a heel, and I know that I'm going to be only wearing it for a short time, so my
Yeah.
feet may not be super comfortable, but at least I haven't spent
Yes,
thousands
trillions
of
of dollars and
dollars.
they're sitting in your wardrobe.
Yeah.
So then what colours? I mean, I've got a bit of a rule of thumb in that I do wear a lot of black to events, but I oftentimes, if I'm going to buy a heel that I want to wear for years to come, because I'm definitely a gold wearer,
Yes.
I often go for a gold shoe because I feel like
Yes.
that can work back to a lot of my wardrobe. And with denim as well, whereas a lot of people say nude. I find nude quite hard to wear.
Yeah, nude can actually look a little washed out depending
Yeah.
on your skin tone and what the dress is. I love nude if you're wearing a really dynamic print.
Yes, okay.
So,
So it doesn't
yeah.
like take away from the print.
Exactly. And sometimes people find it so hard to match a shoe that I think a neutral is perfect, from tan to nude to
Yes.
sort of, you know, those sort of creamy tones. But I just think a nude can sometimes get lost
Yes.
on your foot.
Yes.
Also for pastels, a nude can work really well because it's really soft.
Oh, yes, okay, yeah.
Yeah, so it's really soft. But my favourite is a tan shoe because I also, because people always go, what bag do I use? Well, a lot of people do have a tan bag.
Yes.
And the thing about a tan shoe is it goes with your neutrals, your pastels, your prints. I even have worn a black dress with
I
a
was gonna
tan
say,
shoe.
I still like tan and black together, or
And then you
navy.
Exactly, it goes really, and also you might even do a tan belt to dress an item
Oh,
down.
yes.
So you could dress a
okay.
black dress down
Yes.
with a tan belt and tan shoes,
Yes.
and also, you know, have your handbag. But what I love about a tan shoe is it always works as a colour on any skin tone.
It does, yes, because it's not trying to be
Exactly.
nude so much, but it's not as harsh as black.
But it also looks really good with denim
yes, I
and
love
white.
tan and denim. Yes.
So you
it's
could wear
fresh.
white jeans or white linen trousers, or you could have a denim dress, and tan heels can look great with that. So I think it's a good neutral, but I'm also personally a huge fan of a metallic.
I love a metallic.
It's
I
just
just
glam.
think it adds a pop. And if you are, you know, wheeling out your favourite slip skirt or dress that's black,
Exactly.
you add a pop of gold or silver and beautiful earrings or a chunky necklace, and you automatically look like you're ready to go somewhere fancy.
It does.
One other brand I wanted to mention that I think has just come to Australia, it's called Lobo. Lobo
okay.
shoes or Lobo footwear, and they are convertible shoes. So you get the shoe, you get there's pointy versions, different colours, or like an open toe sandal one, 3 heights of heel. Like a high, a medium, a smallish, and a flat.
That is cool.
I know.
That's very cool.
I stopped on them on Instagram, and then the good old algorithm keeps serving them to me. And I'm like, you know that I like to be comfortable, but I like fashion.
That is very cool.
So if anyone, particularly if you're going to a wedding and you've stood all the time, and then it's time to dance, and you don't have any other shoes.
Or just to be able to wear them different ways.
Totally.
That they're not the same heel every single time.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be to the one event.
I'm going to have to look them up. That's very cool.
Isn't that clever?
Yeah, that's cool.
So I don't know how it works logistically and if they're very stable, but I think that's really smart.
And a brand I do want to mention as well is Baird, because I did wear their gold heels on Saturday night, and game changer.
Yes, Baird and Frankie Ford, they do. I think...
Designed by podiatrists.
Yes, and I think when they both first launched, they were semi-daggy, but now they've got some very, very chic styles.
Yeah, and what I loved is they're gold strappy heels, but they had 3 different heel heights. So not convertible, but I was trying on a really high pair, and there was a lady near me who was mother of the bride, and she's like, oh, they look fabulous, but I can't wear them that high. And she could get the mid height. So
genius.
Very clever. And I cannot believe the comfort.
Really?
I was on the dance floor
and they're gold.
And they're gold.
I think that's my next purchase.
Yes.
Now, what trends are we seeing in events? We're talking getting more out of what we already own or what we're going to buy, but are you seeing this season specifically any colours, any cuts? The bubble skirt I can't seem to avoid.
It is a trend. I think it's going to come and go. I think it's a bit of fun if you've got the legs, if you love that look.
Yes.
If you wear a short bubble skirt, if you love that look. I think for me, it's not as flattering. I don't think it's going to have longevity, and I think it's a fun trend.
It's definitely fun to look at, but it's not something that I'm going to
I did try on a midi skirt that was a bubble hem, and that actually worked.
Okay.
But again, I would prefer just a full skirt without the bubble hem, because then I know I'm going to wear it next summer.
Yes.
I've really just seen it in black.
Yeah, I haven't seen only black and white.
Yeah, I haven't. It is definitely that sort of look. So it's a bit limiting, but it is fun. It's something a bit different. Look, I think that brings me to a trend that is volume, and I think that there has been a lot of volume in shoulders, puff sleeves, puff shoulders, the last 2 seasons. And I think that's coming up sort of in a variety of ways now. There's actually, as I said, like these volume sort of skirts where they cinch in at the waist, but then they come out quite full.
Love.
Same with these sort of mini dresses where they've got some structure where they're sort of fitted in the body, but then they're puffing out. It's hard to sort of describe when you're talking.
It's
but
structural.
Exactly. And sort of these layers, like these pieces that have got different areas of volume that are not just that puffy shoulder.
Yes, okay. Colours. I'm still seeing, I'm not still seeing, but I'm starting to see, I guess, like the ice blues everywhere, pastels, lots of slinky fabric.
Yes, we're seeing that lemon and that butter colour just come in so strong the last sort of month, if not 6 weeks, just as spring hits. I love it. I just think there's so many options and ways to wear it. It's so fresh.
Feels nice and fresh, doesn't it, after winter? Yeah.
Absolutely. So I'm happy with that, and in different fabrics, but I've also noticed the pastel pink is popping up. I watched the Brownlow a week or 2 ago, and I was like, all these pink dresses. And then I went into store and saw the same pink in shoes, and then it's starting to just pop up in my feed, and I'm like, I'm not much of a pink person, but it's quite a cute colour.
Yes.
Again, I might just buy a top in it,
and I think it comes back often enough that you can, obviously you can wear any colour anytime you like, but I think it's not a primary colour and it's not a neutral, but those colours aren't too out there.
It's just so fresh as well. I feel like if you buy it now, you're going to wear it through spring, summer.
Smart.
So I wouldn't say hesitate. I'd say jump on those colours now.
You're not getting them in the Boxing Day sales. You're going to wear them up until
Definitely
Christmas.
Buy them now, because then you'll get your good, 4 to 5 months, longevity.
That's a really good tip.
Yeah, and I also love that the pastels are coming in because they actually work together. So, the lemon, the pink, the blue, have fun with it.
Ooh,
yeah,
that's scary.
Yeah, I've seen it done and it looks quite cool. But I think, again, that's something that's a bit more out there.
Yes.
To stay safe, I would say match it.
Yes.
So either do, the dress or do the top and skirt that match, or put it back with neutrals, any sort of cream, white, and denim.
Beautiful, yeah.
Denim.
And that exactly, if you want to dress
denim.
them down, denim and whites and tans, like you said before.
Yes.
Accessories. My favourite way to make something feel fresh.
Definitely.
What are you seeing and what do you recommend for party season?
It's funny we were talking about gold because there's a lot of silver coming in.
I know.
I'm asking you if you're going to convert.
I have started to do some mixed metals.
Yes.
I do have some silver, obviously costume jewellery, but my real jewellery is gold. But I do love a big statement chunky necklace because then you can do, a strapless top and pants, like you said, or an old dress, slip dress or whatever it may be. And everyone's like, that necklace. They don't even really notice what you're wearing.
No,
and a necklace,
absolutely. And it draws the eye up to you, what your face, your eyes. So it's nice to have something up that's statement around your chest, your sort of décolletage, because that's where
because the other week I wore an old necklace and a new outfit, and everyone just said, "I love your necklace."
Yes.
Not that I was wearing it for people to comment on, but no one noticed my new clothes because I was wearing such a fabulous necklace that I'd had forever.
Exactly.
So
and that's the same with same with a statement earring.
Yes.
It can just draw the eye, and it's nice to have that look sort of up high near your eyes, and the same with the lip. You can do a great red lipstick.
Or a fun bag.
And if you're wearing the same black dress or the same black outfit or any outfit, no one's going to know.
Yeah, exactly.
So, and again, that's where that solid colour comes into it. So you might have bought a red dress that you've worn to one event, but you might dress it differently with, maybe you wore it with the tan shoes or nude shoes, but maybe you dress it differently with the black shoes, the black handbag.
Yes.
And then do really statement earrings or something to just draw the attention away from wearing the same dress.
Single item, totally. Just play around. And I think also jump in Pinterest and type, like you say, red dress or ice blue, whatever.
Yep.
Sometimes I'm like, oh my God, I would have never thought to wear it like that. And, that applies for casual or dressy or whatever.
And that's even the same with the pastels. I love a blue outfit, let's not even say dress, a blue outfit and do a red lipstick or like a tangerine colour. So you just, and do, gold or silver, the opposite, wear it a different way.
And pink and red together.
Exactly. Yeah. And do, pink and red, I love it. And do stack of bangle.
All right, my friend, let's do bougie and budget. So we're talking party season, which includes Christmas Day. Are you going to talk about Christmas Day, or are you going to talk about just recommendations?
I'm going to talk about recommendations. I'd actually love to talk about sort of brands that I would recommend.
Yes.
Sort of high end to Fab Finds. That's my biggest thing that I love.
Let's start high, because I feel like once you've started low, it feels scary to when I go to the shopping centre, I can't start in the affordable stores and then go fancy.
No, I look fancy and then kind of go, what's my actual budget?
Yes, me too. So let's start with our bougies. Talk to me.
I absolutely love Rachel Gilbert. I just one day will wear a dress. Again, I haven't. They are very, she's got some really beautiful formal pieces.
That's like black tie.
Oh, yeah. I mean, she has other options as well. She's got things for daytime. But if someone was going to say to me, dress of your dreams, it would definitely be her. Australian designer.
Yes.
Beautiful boning and structure and volume and
a forever piece.
Oh, just gorgeous.
Speaking of that, I'm not sure of the website. I'll have to find out and we'll put it in the newsletter. But you can then, say you invested in one of those, you can then rent them out. I think it's called Rent My Closet or something.
Yes.
So you could be a renter-outerer.
Yes, exactly.
So sometimes that's the way
Yes, there's a website. Yes. Do you know what? It's really interesting you said that, because then my other option would be Rebecca Valance.
Oh, I love her stuff.
I just
like the pearls and the sparkles and the beading and the structure.
And the 3-bow dress.
Yes, they're all beautiful.
All the different versions of it. I've seen so many people wearing it, but I'm like, every single version of it, I just love it.
And again, another Australian business.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, mine is too, Shona Joy. I love Shona Joy, and I think you can get, she's doing bridal now. You can get, beautiful garden dresses and like tea party stuff, right up to quite dressy.
Really feminine.
Very feminine.
Yes.
She's doing a lot of black lace this season, but I love her separates, because I've had a few kind of a suit jacket, but then a bodice, but then a pant or a skirt, and I've worn them all together or different ways. So on the website at the moment, I've seen, they're calling it Sky, but it's sort of like that ice blue, but with a bit of, I'm trying to, like, it's a pastel blue, but not a kid-looking pastel blue. It's a mature pastel blue.
Yes.
And there's so many different styles. So there's a beautiful sort of high-waisted flare pant, and then there's a little kind of bodicey, bustier thingy. But then there's a shirt. So, depending on if you want to cover your arms or if you're this, you could choose 2 items or a couple. And I would just
mix and match,
because I would wear those pants with a T-shirt. I could wear that bodice, with a beautiful linen skirt on holiday. So I just think if you're going to invest, and I adore Shona Joy's cuts, but oftentimes as well, sizing can be tricky for me.
True.
So a
separates. That's really good for sizing.
Forever.
Yes.
In different ways, and then sometimes together.
Talking about resell as well, I just wanted to also mention, I jumped on By Johnny. They have some really great dresses as well, and a little bit more affordable, sort of that mid-range.
Yes.
And it has underneath the resell what you can actually resell. I know. And I'm going to look into it, because I was like, I've never seen it before.
No, that's so
They
clever.
Obviously add it to their website and work with another sort of online company.
They must team with the company.
And it gives you your resell
Yes.
sort of price range. So you feel like you buy it invest in it.
That
but
is
then
very good psychology.
Very clever. Because it almost made me just go, oh, well, I'll just click to buy and then I know I'm going to.
Yeah, somehow
6 months, I'll wear it 3 times and in 6 months I'll get that.
And because the Iconic does aerobe as well, which I think is kind of renting. Like there's a lot of options, particularly for these type of events where you're not going to wear the thing.
And I love the Iconic. I always rave about the Iconic because you can filter. So you can filter by size, but you can also go to dresses or even go to women's wear and filter by occasion.
Yes.
So if you're really
and
stuck.
then set your budget so you're not tempted.
And if you really want a mini dress, you can filter by mini length, or if you're someone that wants a midi. So you really can, you can set your budget.
Yes.
You can set your
and
size.
And then you can return what doesn't work. Just make sure you don't put it in the return pile in your bedroom and forget the things.
Forget.
All right, budget. What do you got for me?
Budget, I love Forever New. I'm a huge fan.
Great cropped coat from them.
Yes, and I feel like it's one of those ones where you go online and you're sort of like, oh yeah, it's okay, and there's a bit of variety, but you go in store and you're like, this is.
I agree.
I'm
not sure their photo shoots really appeal to me, but their items are
they're
great.
Simple. Their photo shoots are just very simple. They're back, front, and side views.
Yeah.
You know, they're not sort of look and feel and mood as much.
It's not like the Zara website where the people are hanging upside down.
And and it's showing you how to style it different ways. They really just have it styled very simple.
Yes.
And that's great. But going into store, I'm just excited little kid.
I agree. I've been on and off Forever New for a while now, and I just literally the other week I was looking for, again, Pinterest inspired me. It's a very lightweight sort of cropped, when I say jacket, like it can be dressed up for the party season, but you know how like sometimes it's raining and anyway.
Yes.
Affordable, tan, so will get me through summer if I could want to wear it with denim shorts. Anyway, love it. Okay, so my budget, let me convince you about a slip dress. So for me, slip dresses, they need to be cut on the bias.
Right.
And I always size up a couple of sizes because I want them to be much flowier than a fitted satin dress. DeCuba, I'm wearing DeCuba right now actually. DeCuba have a great one that has thick enough straps that you can still wear a bra, which I think is important.
A lot of people want that.
Because I will throw on a strapless begrudgingly to go to a wedding if I have to, but I kind of avoid the clothes I have to wear tricky underwear with.
Yes.
You can wear a simple t-shirt bra with this beautiful necklace, put your hair up, put earrings on, put heels on, and the next weekend your denim jacket, your sneakers. It's just a beautiful black satin. It shows enough skin. I don't know. I just think it's an
I think it's wearing the bra with it as well that just makes it more comfortable. Yes. Then you can wear it during the day without feeling like
shapewear, or at least I just wear like my high-waisted cotton undies that I've had since postpartum. It's not too tight.
But that's also sizing up's such a good tip.
I have to.
People
I think
just
everyone.
forget.
Yes, I feel like, again, particularly with so many different brands having different sizing. I'm a 10 in this top and a 6 in their bottoms. And if I'd ordered that online, I wouldn't have picked either. So I think go and try things on, particularly if you're wanting to feel fabulous. You're going to the party, you're going to the party, to the barbecue, to the whatever. Try things on when you can, or at least be able to return them.
Yes.
And with satin and slips, I always size up.
Yeah, and it's good to get to know your brands as well because then you can feel really comfortable shopping online.
Agreed.
I also wanted to mention with Forever New, they've also got petite and curve section, and that is always great. So you can actually go into store and they've got a big sign like petite and curve. So they often have the same styles, but they've just, given a different size range, or maybe they've shortened the dresses for petite.
They've actually not just whacked labels on them with different, they've actually thought about it.
And that is so helpful because then you can shop for everyone. And another one I wanted to quickly mention was Shopo.
Yes, I love my Shopo.
They have all sizes.
Yeah, I think they do 4 to 20 or
They do 4 to 20.
Yeah.
They often have 2 models in the same outfit so you can see what it looks like.
Agree
the
with
same
you.
outfit.
Yes.
And they have same-day delivery so you can literally find out that morning.
I did not know that.
It is amazing. So you can literally find out that morning.
I do not need another same-day delivery option.
I know. And you literally can have it delivered by that afternoon and you're wearing it that night.
Oh, that's fabulous.
So it's a very good last-minute option.
They've been as an Aussie retailer, I think they've really led the way with size
and
inclusivity.
super affordable.
Yes.
And lots of sets as well, so matching tops and bottoms again, where you can get that beautiful.
And you can get a great slip for $80. You don't have to, sure, get real silk if you're going to invest, but otherwise just get a cheap and cheerful and then just mix and match with everything you've got.
Exactly.
Penelope, we need someone to invite us to a fancy party
I know.
we can dress up in sparkles. But until then, it was so wonderful to have you. Thank you for all your beautiful fashion wisdom.
Thank you so much for having me.